Hey, this is Kenny from Kenny's Audiophile Record Reviews. Thank you very much for viewing my channel. Please like and subscribe. I sincerely appreciate that. In this video, I'm going to give you a brief review, an assessment, and have a brief give an opinion on the Miles Davis album that you see in the background. We Want Miles. Now this review is going to be based on the original pressing and not the recent pressings that have recently come out. Mine is based on the early 80s. This is a 1982 pressing of the record. There's other people who have reviewed the recent pressings of this record. I know 45 RPM Audiophile has a nice review of the newer release, so you might want to seek out his video if you want an assessment of the newer releases of this album. But like I said, mine is going to concentrate on the original pressing of the record, as I don't have the newer pressings at the moment. But this album was released in 1982, and it contains live performances that were recorded in 1981. The performances were recorded in Boston, New York, and Tokyo. And the musicians on this record are obviously Miles Davis on trumpet, Marcus Miller Fender bass, Bill Evans soprano sax, Mike Stern guitar, Al Foster drums, and the percussionist, please forgive me if I'm mispronouncing his name, I sincerely apologize, Mino Sinelliu. Those are the musicians on this live recorded 2-album set. This is a double album set. The songs on the album are Jean-Pierre, Backseat Betty, Fast Track, Jean-Pierre again, there's another version of Jean-Pierre, My Man Is Gone Now, and Kicks. Now, all these compositions are by Miles Davis, with the exception of, obviously, My Man Is Gone Now. That is a Gershwin composition. I have to tell you something about Miles Davis, and it applies to this record and many of his recordings, in that Miles Davis as a musician was extremely unselfish. He would allow his bandmates grab the spotlight for a minute, several minutes, and showcase their talents. And he was very secure in himself enough to do that, and very unselfish enough to do that. And I think it's one of the strong suits of Miles Davis. He surrounded himself with exceptionally talented musicians over the years, and he allowed them to showcase their talents, thus enhancing his performance greatly and the band's performance greatly overall. There are some standout performances on this record by Bill Evans on soprano sax, and especially Mike Stern on the guitar. I mean, this is just as much a Mike Stern effort as it is a Miles Davis effort, in my opinion. Mike Stern on guitar is over the top fabulous. But when I listen to this record, and I listen to the first song, Jean-Pierre, it's not my favorite song on the album, although it's very good. It doesn't feature Miles at his, what I would call maximum talent level. It's more of a slower groove. It does feature Mike Stern greatly during that Jean-Pierre song. There's 2 versions of the song on this record, and what I'm talking about now applies to both of them. Mike Stern is showcased fabulously on Jean-Pierre. Overall, it's a good song, and the saxophone playing of Bill Evans is quite good on Jean-Pierre. The album really starts to pick up on the second song. That's the song Backseat Betty, where Miles Davis' playing is energetic. It's more involved. It's more engaged. It's almost like a Bitches Brew type of performance by Davis, and it's quite good. That's one of my favorite songs on the album, Backseat Betty. Similarly, the song My Man Is Gone Now. Now that is a Miles Davis groove that is beautiful, strong, and soulful. I love his version of that song. Also, the soprano sax solo on My Man Is Gone Now by Bill Evans is quite nice. Overall, My Man Is Gone Now is a great old school sounding Miles Davis groove. I really like My Man Is Gone Now. The song Fast Track, that is another amazing vehicle for Miles Davis and Mike Stern. They both are over the top outstanding in that song. The interplay, the sound, the vibe, the groove. And there's this bongo solo on that song, and it's quite nice. The bongo solo is like on Fast Track is like the way my system is set up. The bongo solo is in the middle of the soundstage, and it sounds fabulous on my system, the bongo solo. But overall, the playing of Miles Davis and Stern on Fast Track is actually absolutely fabulous. It is it's just an amazing performance. But overall, I was quite impressed by the performances, mainly of Miles Davis, Mike Stern, and Bill Evans. Now, Marcus Miller was great too. The way he would, fill in the gaps here and there with his great bass lines and stuff. He's a fabulous bass player. He was amazing on this record as well. I must make a comment about the sound though. On this record, I was not blown away by the sound at all. It was, you got to remember, this is a live recording. It was recorded in 1981. I don't know. To me, it sounded more, at times when I was listening to the record, it sounded somewhat, it wasn't clear as I would like. It was a little bit muffled to my ears. It wasn't bad, but on the other hand, it wasn't great. If I were to give the sound a score, it would be somewhere between a 7 and 7.5. It's not bad, but it's not great. So a 7.5 on the sound. The performance, however, that's a different story. The performance, the band overall, I'll probably give it like an 8.5, with the standouts being Miles Davis, Mike Foster on guitar. His performance is amazing on this record. And Bill Evans on soprano sax, with Marcus Miller being his normal, steady, fabulous self. Miles Davis, We Want Miles. Please leave your comments in the comment section below about this record, about how you view this record. I really appreciate that. Thank you for viewing my video. God bless. Strong love. Peace to all.